Birth, the 24th of May 1899. Place, Asansol, Bengal. Presidency, British India. Death, the 29th of August, 1976. Place, Dhaka, Bangladesh. Career, writer, musician. Father, Kazi Fakhr Ahmed. Mother, Zahida Khatun. Siblings, Kazi Sahib Jan, Kazi Ali Hussain, and Umme Kulsum. Spouse, Pramila Devi. Children, Kazi Sabyasachi, Krishna Muhammad, Kazi Aniruddha, and Arindam Khalid. Kazi Nazrul Islam used to be a poet, musician, and revolutionary, pleasant, recognized as the country-wide poet of Bangladesh. His impressively massive series of poetry and track with themes, such as religion, spiritualism, and humanity has stimulated many in the previous and continues to encourage contemporary activists and revolutionists. A series of 4,000 songs, which are extraordinarily famous in India and Bangladesh, is regarded as a whole as Nazrul Sangeet or Nazrul Giti, music of Nazrul. Nazrul took lively section in the Indian independence movement after serving the British Indian Army all through the First World War. For his terrific contribution closer to the area of music, literature, and art, Kazi Nazrul Islam used to be honored by way of the Government of India with the prestigious Padma Bhushan Award in 1960. Childhood and early life. Kazi Nazrul Islam was once born on May 24, 1899, in Churulia, Pashim Bardhaman district, Bengal. Presidency. He used to be born into a Muslim talukdar house. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share and subscribe. Like it. Household to Zahida Khatun and her husband, Kazi Fakhr Ahmed, who labored as an imam, head of the masjid, and caretaker at a nearby mosque. Nazrul obtained his simple schooling from a maktab, which used to be run through a mosque, and then attended a madrasa run with the aid of a dargah. His schooling concerned topics like theology, Islamic philosophy, Quran, and hadith. Nazrul misplaced his father when he was once simply 10 years old. To help his family, a younger Nazrul commenced working as the new caretaker of the mosque, the place his father used to work. He additionally labored as the muezzin at the mosque. Nazrul then joined his uncle Faisal Karim's journeying theatrical group. He used the probability to study acting. He additionally started out writing songs and poetry for plays, which subsequently uncovered him to Sanskrit and Bengali literature, alongside with sacred Hindu texts. He additionally commenced composing fascinating people performs for his theatrical group. Nazrul left the theatrical crew in 1910 to attend Sirzole Raj High School in Ranaganj, Asansol. At the school, he was once influenced with the aid of one of his instructors named Nibaran Chandra Ghatak, who was once a Gigantar activist. Nazrul used to be then enrolled at Mathran High English School, the place he studied below poet Kumudranjan Malik, who was once additionally the headmaster. Unfortunately, Nazrul should no longer pay for his schooling, so he had to give up his studies before becoming a member of a crew of people artists known as Kavials. He then took up a number of part-time jobs, earlier than becoming a member of Darirampur School, in 1914. There he studied Sanskrit, Bengali, Persian, and Arabic literature as properly as Hindustani classical music. When he grew to become 18 in 1917, Nazrul joined the British Indian Army. Ironically, Nazrul's selection to be part of the army helped him end up a poet later in his lifestyles, as he began analyzing a quantity of Bengali and Persian poems in the course of his time in the military. He studied the works of distinguished writers like Sarat Chandra Chattopadhyay and Rabindranath Tagore. As some distance as Persian poems are concerned, Nazrul used to be uncovered to the works of Omar Khayyam, Hafez, and Rumi. The works of these exquisite guys stimulated him to post his personal works as he got here up with his first prose and poetry in 1919. While his prose used to be titled as Boundular Atmakahini, his poem was once referred to as Mukti. Career Nazrul left the army in 1920 and then joined the Bengali Muslim Literary Society. He posted his maiden novel titled Bundan Hara quickly after becoming a member of the society, and then got here up with his first series of poems as well. In 1922, Nazrul wrote a progressive Bengali poem titled Bidrohi, which is viewed as his most famous work. He persevered writing many such modern poems, which acquired industrial as properly as crucial success. On August 12, 1922, he began his personal journal known as Dhumketu, which served as the best platform for his progressive works. Nazrul used to be in the end charged with sedition by using the British and used to be arrested on January 23, 1923. The buzz round his modern and eccentric poems earned him reputation, and he quickly grew to be famous as a rebel poet. During his time in the prison, Nazrul composed many songs and poems, which had been banned by using the British authorities, for they had been rebellious in nature. In April 1923, he started out a 40-day fast, claiming that one of the detention center superintendents had abused his power. After his launch from jail in December, he got here up with an e-book titled Bishar Banshi in 1924, which used to be as soon as once more banned via the British. Nazrul began encouraging humans to elevate their voice in opposition to the British Raj. He additionally geared up a socialist political celebration referred to as Shramik Praja Swaraj Dal, alongside with every other progressive named Muzaffar Ahmed. After his wedding ceremony with Pramila Devi on April 25, 1924, Nazrul's picture as a riot poet attained similarly reputation as he married a Hindu woman who belonged to the Brahmo Samaj. In December 1925, he started out publishing a weekly referred to as Langal, and even labored as the publication's chief editor. In 1926, he settled down in Krishnanagar alongside with his family, submit which he commenced experimenting with his poetry and musical skills. By remodeling Urdu and Persian poetry, Nazrul composed the first set of Bengali ghazals. He additionally added Islam to Bengali music, which used to be dominated by means of Bengali Hindus till then. His spiritual songs, which have been primarily based on each Hinduism and Islam, grew to be extraordinarily famous amongst the masses, which led to his affiliation with the well-known file label, His Master's Voice, HMV, in 1928. His compositions have been broadcast on countrywide radio stations, making him famous all over the country. In 1930, he as soon as once more confronted costs of sedition for publishing his e-book, Pralashika, which was once banned by using the government. 3 years later, he got here up with Modern World Literature, a series of essays due to a positive real-life events. Nazrul's works all through the later tiers of his profession have been influenced closely by way of his non-secular beliefs. Though a born Muslim, Nazrul used to be an exponent of Hindu trust system, which he integrated into his works of art. Religious beliefs. Kazi Nazrul Islam was once continually an omniist, as he regularly expressed his want of experiencing non-secular concord in India. He criticized spiritual fanaticism and blamed human beings and no longer religions for non-secular violence in India. Nazrul started out exploring non-secular subject matters after the loss of life of his mom and sons. This used to be mirrored in his works as he began composing greater Islamic devotional songs. He additionally composed Hindu devotional songs, such as bhajans and kirtans. He additionally merged Hindu and Islamic values and frequently explored the philosophy of Hinduism and Islam. Later life Nazrul's success as a poet and tune composer delivered him to the movie enterprise in the mid-1930s. He grew to be the first Muslim director to helm a Bengali film, when he made his directorial debut through the movie Dhruva Bhakta. He used to be then roped in as the song director for a film, which used to be primarily based on Tagore's famous novel Gora. He additionally labored in quite a number performs and then began working for the Calcutta Radio in 1939. In the identical year, his spouse Pramila grew to be severely ill, which caused him to return to journalism to take care of his wife's scientific expenses. In the early 1940s, Nazrul too grew to become unwell and went into melancholy as his sickness couldn't be cured. In 1942, his circumstance worsened, and he was once admitted into a intellectual asylum. Over the subsequent 10 years, Nazrul used to be given a number treatment, however to no avail. In the early 1950s, a crew of volunteers dispatched Nazrul and Pramila to locations like London and Vienna for treatment. In Vienna, he used to be examined by way of an Austrian psychiatrist and neurologist named Dr. Hans Hoff, who verified that he used to be struggling from an incurable situation known as Pick's disease. He got here again to Calcutta on December 15, 1953, the place he remained in intensive clinical unit for a lengthy time. On May 24, 1972, Bangladesh sought India's permission to convey him to Dhaka, the place he used to be granted the citizenship of Bangladesh in January 1976. On August 29, 1976, Nazrul succumbed to his illnesses and his mortal stays were buried in the University of Dhaka, in accordance to his wish. Legacy: a quantity of academic establishments and different facilities of getting to know have been mounted in his memory. The Nazrul Endowment was once hooked up to maintain his thoughts as nicely as his giant series of works. Also, many establishments and avenues in India and Bangladesh have been named after him. A wide variety of streets in Kolkata and Dhaka are named after him. In 1972, Bangladesh declared Nazrul as its countrywide poet. In 1976, the government of Bangladesh honored him with Ekushi Padak, the country's 2D easiest civilian award. He was once additionally honored through the authorities of India with country's 1/3 very best civilian award, Padma Bhushan. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share and subscribe. Like it.